Welcome back to PH.d TV, and today I'll be going over the top 5 fragrances that I wish that I had from the house of Armaf. So before I go any further, I have to express my love for this champion, this guy right here, Club de Nuit Intense Man. This scent is known to be the best alternative, the best at mimicking, and the best at cloning Creed Aventus, which, as you know, is potentially the most popular and most loved fragrance of all time, and one that can be found in that $360 range discounted. So with that being said, with them being able to sell this between 27 to 35 bucks, they know what they're doing when it comes down to cloning fragrances, which led me to look into other fragrances Armaf sold to see if they did any other kinds of cloning and to see how successful they were. And oh my god, I was blown away by what they have cloned and how successful they have been, as well as the love and likability factor that I will show up on the screen as this video goes through that I found on Fragrantica. And Fragrantica.com is a great website to use if you're looking to blind buy several fragrances, anything that has a scent. You will find reviews, you will find likabilities, and you'll even see what fragrances belong in what seasons. So with that being said, I found a great amount of Armaf fragrances from the house of Armaf that have copied various fragrances that are beyond popular and are devastatingly cheaper than the real thing, but probably with twice as much success in terms of the likability factor. And this list is given in no particular order whatsoever. Let's get started. The first fragrance on this list will be Derby Clubhouse Blanche, and it is said to smell like another Creed fragrance, Silver Mountain Water. The only difference is that Derby Clubhouse Blanche is $21 for a 3.5 ounce compared to a whopping $415 that's not even discounted. The closest thing I could find that to being discounted was still even pushing way past the $200 mark. And I don't know about you, 20 bucks sounds pretty darn good compared to 300 some, 200 some dollars for a fragrance that will do the exact same thing, fool plenty of people, and be just as good. Next one is Club de Nuit. No, not Club de Nuit Intense. That's this one. Just Club de Nuit. And this is said, according to my research, to be a carbon copy of Paco Rabanne's 1 million. But you'll see that Paco Rabanne is in that $63 to $70 range in the discounted zone in comparison to the $25 range that Armaf is in. So once again, it's not the most expensive fragrance in the world like Creed is, but you can potentially count 1 million to be potentially wallet breaking, say if you're in a tight spot or the way 2020 has treated most of us. Spending 25 bucks on a fragrance that'll do the exact same thing potentially, according to my research, may be a great alternative. Next up is going to be Ventana pour Homme, and this one evidently is just as good as Club de Nuit Intense, which if that's the case, I am going to be freaking impressed. This evidently, according to multiple people who review, who have actually tried the Armaf fragrance, has said this is 95% Dior Sauvage to a T. And Dior Sauvage, the Johnny Depp fragrance, it can be found at that $111 range. So with that being said, what if I told you that you could find Dior Sauvage or a similar like scent that does almost the exact same thing in terms of longevity according to other reviews for $33 in comparison to that $111 discounted range? In my opinion, I am stoked to even try this one day because I love Dior Sauvage, but I've never been a big fan of the price point, regardless if they do use genuine oils and genuine product in order to actually make a genuinely good fragrance. I'm one of those people, I really enjoy a good fragrance and I will spend money on a good one, but at the same time, if I can find something just as good for less than half the price, I will. Because who's gonna know unless you show them or tell them your bottle? And next up is another Derby Clubhouse, and that is Gold. So Derby Clubhouse Gold by Armaf is basically a copy of Mont Blanc Legend or Abercrombie & Fitch, but definitely, according to reviewers, is leaning heavily towards the Mont Blanc Legend. And I know it's Mont Blanc, not Mont Blanc, because the T and the C are silent, but my brain doesn't seem to catch up sometimes when I'm talking. My mouth moves faster than my thought process sometimes. But regardless, this smells like Mont Blanc Legend. And even though Mont Blanc Legend is a very affordable scent at 35 bucks for a 3.1 to 3.3 ounce bottle, you can find this for $21 discounted on fragrancenet.com. And once again, I know that there is something about a quality fragrance, but at the same time, if I can find another quality fragrance that does the same job, I'm gonna lean towards the cheaper alternative. So that's number 4, Derby Clubhouse Gold, smells like Mont Blanc Legend. And lastly, we have this tongue twister. So forgive me if I get a little tongue twisted. Futura Homme. And this is evidently, according again to reviews from Fragrantica.com, smells like Dior Homme. You know, being a Dior brand, pushing that $100 mark each and every single time. So Armaf Futura Homme is actually going to be in that $30 range instead of that $100 range, which is obviously a lot more affordable, pushing in that, keeping in the double digits versus the triple digits. And with that, those are my 5 fragrances I want to try from Armaf the most, because Armaf, in my opinion, do the absolute best with making clones while making it their own, but also going for a cheaper alternative while also keeping genuine fragrances alive. Because if you ask anyone, this is an authentic, this is a genuinely good fragrance that smells incredibly close and identical to Creed Aventus. Not the exact same, especially in the opening, this giving a more lemon pledge type smell, but the dry down, if you don't tell anyone the difference that you're wearing Club de Nuit Intense Man compared to Creed Aventus, unless that they have a nose of a god, they aren't gonna know the difference, in my opinion. If I'm being honest, I have fooled people until I told them the truth later, and they were shocked to find out it was a $27 to $30 fragrance in comparison to that $360 fragrance that we all know and love. And that's my list. Thank you for watching. Please take care of yourself and the world the way it is today. I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell down low, and I'll see you again next time.